Hey guys, welcome to round one of this Legacy Cube draft, and we won the die rolls, so of course we'd like to play. Ooh, okay. Got a pretty good hand here. We're definitely gonna keep. Not sure if we want to lead on Search for Tomorrow or Elves of Deep Shadow. I think we lead on Elves. And the next turn we can just hardcast Search for Tomorrow into Thoughtseize. We can also go Elves, Thoughtseize, you leave up Remand. Elves, Search, leave up Remand. So yeah, I guess we lead on Elves. Don't really feel the need to Thoughtseize turn one in the dark. Get that chat box here. Yeah, it's usually a good idea to Thoughtseize turn one in constructed, not so much in limited, even if it's cube. Like in Legacy, I could totally see Thoughtseizing turn one because, well, I guess this is the mirror, huh? Well, not necessarily the mirror. It could just be an elf stack, like a run-of-the-mill elf stack that's just looking to overrun us or something like that. It could just be maybe an opposition deck. Alright, let's... So our choice is either cast the Search for Tomorrow, leave up Remand, or we can... Actually, I like our original plan of casting this, getting a swamp, and Thoughtseizing. This way we get to use all of our mana, and we don't need to worry so much about leaving up Remand, because we're taking something here. Okay. So, am I afraid of them evolutioning away this for a 3-drop? Given that they seem to be playing blue-green, probably not. There's also a Rampaging Baloth, so judging between Evolution, Baloths, and Thirst for Knowledge, our opponent did take a mulligan, and taking Thirst for Knowledge might be enough just to put them behind on mana and resources. Yeah, I don't think I'm too afraid of whatever 3-drop he can get, especially if he's 2-for-1ing himself here. Seagate Oracle's okay, but a lot worse than Thirst. And Rampaging Baloth isn't going to be actually cast for a long time. So yeah, I'm just going to take Thirst for Knowledge. And what I like is that Moto finally has it so that the cards from like a Thoughtseize are revealed. Trying to think of what 3-drop might be really good with the Evolution. Like, yep. So that's why I didn't leave up Remand. I mean, think about the Remand here, because you can't really evolution into something good here. Ooh, interesting. So here I think I do leave up Remand, because now a 5-drop would be pretty hard for us to deal with. Like, yep, the amount of 5-drops that you could have with the Evolution is so much scarier than the amount of 3-drops you could have gotten. So it's more important to leave up Remand here than just tap out for a Thragtusk. I don't think this game's going to be about Thragtusk anyways. Alright. I guess it's kind of a 2 for 2. We're getting the a card and the Seagate Oracle, but he drew a card off the Oracle, so. Alright. Going to leave this uncracked because there's actually a top of our own we could get, but alas, that is not so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 4 mana, so yeah, let's go ahead and just play Thragtusk now. Five, 6, 7. So 2 turns. If we draw another land, we can Sundering Titan. That would be Island, Forest, Swamp. That's pretty good. So if we draw like Garruk or something, Garruk, birds, or a land, we can cast Sundering Titan in 2 turns. See what else we can draw. Yeah, any of our card draw spells would be amazing. Treachery wouldn't be the greatest on this board since our opponent doesn't seem to have one, but that's fine. Temp Protector would be good. Get back that Thoughtseize. Sure, you can have a Shelldock Isle. Probably would have to stifle that if I had one, or if it were in the cube. Stifle in the cube. Alright. I guess there's that Rishadan port to kind of slog through. Alright, let Trigons be Trigons. Land, not the greatest. But, as previously stated, it helps us cast Sundering Titan. Not sure how great it'll be on this board, though, because Trigon will actually kill it. And then we blow up more of our lands. I wonder where they're going with M15 lands, because usually for Cube they have the unhinged lands, which looks so much nicer. I guess these aren't terrible basics, but I wonder if there's a way for you to be able to pick which basics to use in Cube Draft. Actually, what would be a great draw here is Treachery, steal that Trigon, and then play Sundering Titan. Yeah, that'd be great. Is this that Baloth that we had seen? Tasigur. Okay. That's fine. Huh. Alright, what you got? Okay, now you're Eldritch Evolutioning. My thing is, now this opens up the way for me to actually Sundering Titan my opponent. Hopefully out of the game. Opponent has much more lands now. What if it's like another Thragtusk, and this is just the actual mirror? Silverheart is a good one, I will say. Is it worth getting that Trigon Predator out? I don't know. Okay, so we have to choose between Preordain or Sundering Tightening, and I think it's just Sundering time. Island, forest, swamp. Okay, so opponent can't really attack because all he accomplishes is giving us trading the 5/3 Thragtusk with a 3/3 Beast and leaving us with a Sundering Titan. We can't really attack either, so we are at an impasse. Unless he has Kiora. Well, actually not so bad, because it just blocks well now. Alright, no attacks, makes sense. Ooh. Okay, I don't think we need Sensei's Top. We'll be very glad for this deep analysis, though. Ooh. I do like me a treachery. Alright, let's draw some more cards. I feel pretty safe about my life total right now. Wait, how does Soulbond work? Remain paired as long as you control both of them. Interesting. Okay. So, if we treachery the Silverheart, then Tasigur loses Soulbond. I actually think it's kind of an open question which I treachery. Like, Tasigur is better on his face, but I also have another Tasigur. Yeah, I think it's just better to make this play. Oh no, I should have played a land so that I have Mystic Snake up. Okay. Luckily, I'm not punished. But it's just something good to be aware of. Let's have Thragtusk attack Kiora. And I'm pretty fine with however he choose. Like if he wants to block, that's fine. I'm getting that beast. We can actually repeal the Elves of Deep Shadow, and he can't cast Trigon and Elves in the same turn. I'm actually kind of down for that. Alright. Bird's not the best draw, but that is fine. And that sets him back from being able to cast a Rampaging Balos for a turn. And I do want to be able to stop him from casting Trigon, because, as you can see, there are a lot of good targets on my board. If he just chooses to do nothing, I can activate Tasigur, and I guess I get back Search for Tomorrow. But then, pretty much anything else is live. I guess Trigon has to hit, so Birds does block. Rawr. So back when Twin was legal in Modern, one of my friends was playing in... Okay, I think that's a reasonable concession there. So yeah, one of my friends is playing in a Modern IQ, and he was playing against Rug Twin, and his opponent had a Mystic Snake, which he had twinned. Like, no, we're not gonna win the game with the Zevrax Arc, we're just gonna get value every turn. That was hilarious. Knowing what I'm playing against, do I want to change anything? I think the answer is no. Psych Rift isn't really what I'm in for. If you were playing something like Elves, like actual Elves, I would consider it, but doesn't seem to be the most relevant. I think Repeal is just better because he's trying to resolve like one large thing. Being able to repeal that is a little bit... I mean, I guess getting up to the mana is a little bit more important, but I mean, like a 4-drop and like, repeal X equals 4, that's perfectly fine. Don't Disfigure can hit an early mana dork, but we only saw Elves of Deep Shadow, so I'm not sure how great that is. Yeah, I think I just run it back, unless I want a Recruiter to just accrue value over the game, but I think we have more than enough ways of doing that. I guess maybe Temple isn't the worst thing to put in because that improves my top decks. Alright, this hand's fine. We've got a Sensei's Top, we have Counterspell, we have a fetch land to go with, said Sensei's Top. Feeling pretty good. End of turn, Brainstorm. So, end of turn Brainstorm is a sign of a few things. Your opponent is Brainstorm flooded. Your opponent is not that experienced in Legacy. Opponent's hand is pretty stacked and just wants to shuffle one thing away. Usually not not that many justifications for EOT Brainstorm and Legacy Cube, I would say. Yeah, brainstorming correctly is something of an art. Alright, what's our opponent got? Sylvan. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, guess what we would get here is Breeding Pool if we have to counterspell. Brainstorm and Sylvan Library, a real-life combo. Not really an actual combo, it's just one that's very annoying to the judges because Sylvan Library says for a card drawn this turn, and Brainstorm draws you 3 cards, so if you want to combine both of those in a tournament setting, you have to call a judge over to make sure or you're actually putting back a card that you drew that turn. Alright, so yeah, I'm not countering an El's Deep Shadow. Alright, got some good stuff. I definitely want to draw that Jace. Probably played in a couple of turns when I have Counterspell back up. Actually, I think we want to go... Actually, don't think we need the search for tomorrow. Yeah, I definitely want to draw Jace. Don't need another land. If he wants to port down my island, I'm actually fine with that. So, yeah, I think I wait one more turn on the Jace. So I know the top 2 cards, both of which are just lands. So I think I want to shuffle first and then Sensei's top. I mean, I guess there could be a 3rd good card there, but... And then we could shuffle that as well. Alright, well, this we are just going to counterspell. If we had some pressure on the board, I would think a little bit differently. Maybe just let this resolve, like if we had a Den Protector already. But we don't. Okay, so yeah, I think on upkeep we want to at top. Ooh. Do like me a compulsive research. Although here, so we know on top we have birds and my friend. That's the stupid thing about top. You immediately forget. actually think I play this Den Protector face down while we have this window to resolve it. Just gonna play this game a little bit more conservatively since we have this counterspell we can sit on. I doubt in almost straight blue-green our opponent has a ton of removal. I guess he could just go like Baloths and kill us here. Not literally kill us, but you know what I mean. But luckily he does not have double green. Alright, you have a Tarmogoyf. He's a big boy. Okay. Upkeep, I will pass priority. If he wants to port me, I can use the mana for it, the Sensei's Top. All of these are kind of bad. Yeah, still just gonna sit back on that counter spell. Surprised our opponent hasn't used Sylvan's ability already. Like, we have hardly any pressure right now, so paying for a life right now doesn't seem too much of a cost. Obviously, we don't know what's on top. Alright, Whirler Rogue. I actually think this is worth countering. It's pretty clear our opponent doesn't have much right now. He's got one card in hand. Thirsting for Knowledge. I actually think the Thirst for Knowledge is more dangerous than the Whirler Rogue. I guess that's kind of famous last words, right? Let's see what we've got in terms of answers. There's Repeal, Treachery, we can race with Thragtusk. Yeah, I actually think we care more about the Thirst for Knowledge. Our opponent's low on resources, and we just want to stop him from getting ahead. It also just allows me to shuffle there. I'll actually choose not to use the top. Okay. Definitely discard land. And so we can leave up Remand or not. So we're kind of waiting on this one window for our opponent not to draw anything, but okay, he has Sylvan though. There's no way that he has an active Sylvan. There's no way that he's going to brick on something important here. And we have ways of using our mana in terms of the Sensei's Top. That Whirler Rogue is going to put us under a bit of pressure, though, so need to be cognizant of that. Alright, don't mind remanding a Finks here. Don't have a ton of other stuff to do. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, now things got pretty bad for us. So, how much power does he have? 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, yeah, it's... things are not looking so good. Let's full out of mana. So he's just going over my... he's going after my lands. He is hitting all of my lands, right? Not hitting the bayou. Ooh, all of these are pretty horrendous draws. I guess I need the Search for Tomorrow to shuffle. It's got a Kitchen Finks in hand. Yeah, I guess I'm not blocking with the Den Protector, so better get in. Yeah, really not sure what outs I have at this point. I guess Repeal would be the main one. Yeah, I guess counting the Kitchen Finks was... remaining the Kitchen Finks was a mistake. Alright. What? He chose not to attack. I also F6'd and forgot to use top. Let's see, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He does know he has me dead in 2 turns, right? How much mana am I gonna have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he's tapping down. Okay, this is the worst. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Garruk can actually untap some lands, get me a beast. So, my god. Okay, so we have 4 mana. 5 if we get this Flooded Strand. But then that actually just leaves us semi-dead on board. Oh, no, we actually only have 3 mana. I guess we can put the Sensei's top back on top, draw the Flooded Strand and shuffle it away since... So we have the choice of... Actually, we only have one choice if we want to actually do something, because like, if we don't want to just... Okay, let me put it this way. We can't do both Baleful Strix and Jace because we only have one source of colored mana, two if you... I mean, non-green mana, two if you count the Flooded Strand we have on top. So our option is draw with Flooded Strand, just pass, leave up Mystic Snake, and then maybe if our opponent doesn't block, we have a chance. I mean, doesn't attack again, we have a chance. I mean, our opponent probably would have had us dead this turn if he had just been aggressive with the opposition, just trying to get us dead. So I feel like we might want to actually Garruk, +1, untap 2 lands to get a... It's either Strix or Jace into play. I actually think it's Jace, right? Because the next turn it allows us to loot and potentially find something with this compulsive research. Alright. Okay, let's see if our opponent is actually going to kill us this game. Yeah, and then the fact that we can we can just draw with the Strix next turn when we cast it. It's pretty good for us. There's also the possibility that we just, like, our opponent might actually be a little bit tunnel visioned into just trying to cut us off on mana. So if he just tries to do that again, actually no, he can just, if he did the same play, he can I think we're actually dead here because that should put him to 16 power with haste. I mean, not haste, but not summoning second. He can tap 2 dudes to get rid of my blockers. Okay. So, losing Garruk to the Thopter, being attacked by Tarmogoyf. So what do we need? Okay, so he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures. You can tap 1, 2. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands. So I have 3 mana sources left. Do I have any random pump spells somehow? Wouldn't you know it? I do not. So, Den Protector getting in against my opponent to just whack my opponent out of nowhere is a little bit of a pipe dream. Yeah, I guess I can't really... Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter whether I block or not. guess I can Mystic Snake it. Flash into Mystic Snake as a potential blocker, but that actually just takes me off a mana. Yep. Wait. I thought I shuffled Thoughtseize away. Well, maybe Thragtusk can actually help us survive. Brings us up to 13. I mean, I guess you can just give this unblockable with these guys. Serve in, we block, take 8, plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually not dead. Oh, and actually we can shrink something down? That's kind of nice. What do we want to shrink down? Guess the... no, that was a mistake, because he can actually just use that with the Whirler Rogue. So something on the ground would have been better. Actually, no, we're just dead. I'm not sure what I was thinking. Our opponent just seemed to be so conservative with the opposition that I just assumed he would be. I mean, we were dead many turns ago when he landed the opposition. Okay. Good beats, good beats. So, just knowing that he has that is, excuse me, is good reason to be a little bit more careful with what I'm countering. I knew I was just inviting trouble when I remanded that Kitchen Finks. So yeah, we should be more careful. Okay, now I think I do want Cyclonic Rift. The fact is that our opponent has the capacity to go pretty wide, so good to have that. Good to have that. What do I not want? Respec seems just okay, but our opponent seems to have quite a bit of mana acceleration, so I'm fine taking that out. Otherwise, I think this deck's okay here. Definitely want to play. Yeah, this hand seems fun. Good. I should probably play faster. See, I'm planning on just putting out a turn 2 Baleful Strix. The attacks I do not block. Okay, I'm going to just attack here. Da-da-da. Save counterspell for Kiora or opposition. Dungeon Geists. Actually fine with that. let's see what's up. So he does have the opposition. Okay. Let's just play birds here. Wanna developer mana? That dungeon, guys, can just be casualty of war when we Cyclonic Rift. Looter's fine. Man War? I still think it's fine. Now I think Psych Rifting is fine. It's a little odd, but our opponent's going to be a little tied up on mana over the next few turns, and I can get value with this Mystic Snake. And we actually have plenty of ways to recur Psych Rift, so I'm a little bit fine with just doing that for little or no value. Let's do that. Knowing what we need to play around is pretty good here. What is getting ported? That's fun. Something like Jace would be a good draw. Breeding Pool, not so much. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. 7, including the port. Discarded Tasker. Well, he doesn't have mana to cast it, so I guess that's reasonable. Okay, so we know he has opposition in hand, which he pretty much has to resolve. Eldritch Evolution for 3-drop? Yeah, that's fine. Watch as he gets like a Sin Collector or something. No, it's a Kitchen Fix. Alright. Showtime. Okay. Oh, the wonders of time travel. Gotta play fast. I do realize I'm kind of asking for trouble with this reckless topping, but can't miss out on value, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. Roar. You see, leaving Search for Tomorrow on top of Den Protector was actually part of Master Genius' plan. Actually, no. Because I draw it, and then I mill Den Protector, and whatever my opponent pick is good for me, yeah? And I know I'm messing up my German and Russian accents, but it's kind of funny how that worked out. Time to bring them beats. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Alright, probably gets us back Thragtusk, I think. Just misclicked because... I wonder what's in his hand then. If, he's not giving me back Thoughtseize. Alright, not gonna waste time topping now, because just gotta play fast. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I know it's just kind of bad value to attack with the birds here, but you gotta send that message. Wait, was that lethal? 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. Wait, was there an opponent at 10? 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I can math. 3 plus 4 is 7. Okay, that turned out a little bit more exciting towards the end than kind of anticipated. Yeah, so remanding that Kitchen Finks in game 2 is definitely bad, I have to say. I mean, I guess he is able to just cast it again the next turn, but we could have drawn into Mystic Snake or something there. Okay. Well, that was fun. See you guys in round number 2.